Okay, maybe I gave Elmer Irie a pretty hard time at the top of the show. Well, I'm going to give him an even harder time now. Protect the nation from organized crime. But I have to wonder if Mr. Irie was aware that this movie, glorifying the integrity and tenacity of his G-men, was financed in part by the Chicago mob. T-Men was only the first of 3 Eagle Lion films partially financed by organized crime, in the person of starstruck Chicago mobster Johnny Rosselli. Rosselli was Johnny on the spot for the mafia in Hollywood, overseeing their infiltration of local labor unions back in the 1930s. He loved show business and hobnobbing with movie stars, even marrying a couple. And finally, he decided to invest in pictures in a partnership, silent of course, with Joseph Breen, head of the Production Code Office. Yes, the guy entrusted with making sure crime never paid in motion pictures. Rosselli had worked in the Hayes office 10 years earlier and reunited with Breen after serving a federal stretch for extortion. He'd been sent up the river by Willie Byoff and George Brown, former heads of the corrupt International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, who'd spent several lucrative years taking payoffs from the studios to ensure no strikes by the union. Coincidentally, it was Elmer Irie who headed the Treasury team that finally busted Byoff and Brown. And ironically, T-Men's producer, Aubrey Skank, is the nephew of Fox executive Joe Skank, whom the Treasury Department sent to prison for tax evasion, but really for being a liaison between IATSE and the studios during that payoff scandal. Now, Johnny Rosselli eventually left Hollywood to help the mob establish its foothold in Las Vegas. He later was a middleman in negotiations between the Mafia and the CIA to assassinate Fidel Castro. His showbiz career ended in a yacht off Miami when he was butchered, stuffed into an oil drum, and set adrift by hoodlums far worse than Charles McGraw. When Anthony Mann delivered his rough cut of T-Men, Eagle Lion Pictures knew they had something special. It produced this extraordinary 32-page press book, which pitched film exhibitors in the most breathless prose. It's a bare-fisted, hard-hitting, tough-as-horsehide power package of the type which puts the move in movies. Or how about it hits and hits and hits like a pile driver? Well, the hype paid off. Eagle Lion scored a big hit with the picture, and for a few years in the late 1940s, the studio became a welcome home for independent producers who could make pictures efficiently and effectively, and cheaply. The perfect place for a guy like Eddie Small, whose name wasn't on this film, but who pulled this project together for the studio. And sadly, the success of T-Men led to a falling out between Small and producer Aubrey Skank, whom Small felt was hogging too much credit for the film in the trade press. Small's next picture for Eagle Lion, Raw Deal, also a Mann-Alton collaboration, would have Edward Small's name above the title and Skank's nowhere to be seen. Now, next week on Noir Alley, I'll be presenting one of film noir's great cult classics, a crazily exciting and subversive film from 1950 that had such an amazing backstory, I had to write a book about it. Now, if you want to discuss Anthony Mann, John Alton, or anything related to film noir, remember to follow us on Twitter @NoirAlley and check out our Facebook page as well. And be sure to visit our darkly stylish corner of the TCM website. Now I'm going to go have a cocktail. It's called a McGraw, straight bourbon with a gravel chaser. Till next time, see you in the shadows.